Hi, Leathur Rokk here. Welcome to my channel. This is the Atlantic City Boardwalk, and I'm just gonna walk and talk, if that's okay with you guys. And somehow, I think it's alright, but let me gather my purse up, and we will be continued. Tonight, I didn't even know I was gonna go out. I'm going off the boardwalk onto a walkway onto the beach. I'm gonna show you guys this. So what even happened was I got a call from one of my buddies and it was the perfect time because I've been really down lately about this COVID-19 and about just all the social distancing bullshit and the economy bullshit and the civil unrest bullshit and just so much bullshit, and so when he called and says, "Do you have rolling papers?" And well, you know what the answer is to that. And he said, "Can you meet me in like 20 minutes, blah, blah, blah." And I says, what I'm wearing isn't street legal. You got to give me more time than that. So then we settled on an appropriate time. And then 10 minutes before that time he called and I said, "You just added another half hour to this." So we met up. And turns out the guy's a deadhead, and he doesn't know much how to work his new iPhone that his boss gave him, but he knows how to summon up videos from YouTube. So he was playing Grateful Dead music, and that was real nice. I told him that I had done tour briefly in Southwest states. After some time in Los Angeles, I really had to escape somebody who was bad, and it behooved me to go to Phoenix, and after Phoenix is Tempe, and once I was in Tempe I met a lot of hippies and deadheads and stuff, so that's how I came to go on tour. So anyway, I get to hang out on the boardwalk on a beautiful summer night listening to Grateful Dead music. He gave me this bud, says, "Can you roll?" I said, "Of course." And then the breeze started to kick up just a little bit, which is why I'm wearing a jacket now. I actually was not wearing a jacket. You know what? I thought I saw a flash of lightning outside, and if that's the case, I don't think I want to be hanging out. So, make a long story short, we smoked some weed, and it actually wasn't dirt weed this time. So, and I got stoned, and that was really groovy. Of course, maybe it was because I took an inadvertent tolerance break. When you take a tolerance break, then you can finally get high. If otherwise, it's really hard to catch a buzz. So, and he got to do a little bragging about his fighting skills because apparently he had a couple of cocktails before he called me. But hey, not my business. So, listening to music from the Grateful Dead and smoking a joint, and it was just really pleasant. And I didn't need to put on my jacket till like a few minutes ago, but he didn't have a jacket with him, and the only reason why I had my jacket with me is kind of is giving me a bit of a feeling of security. Plus, I can't find any of my MAGA hats, and I know that I have a button on my jacket, and but I hope that wasn't lightning. I have a real phobia about lightning. You see our beach? Well, you can't see the beach because of sand dunes. But you hear the crickets? I don't know if you can hear any of this stuff. One thing that grossed me out on the way here, I noticed some streets have a lot of water bugs. Have you ever seen them? They're like cockroaches, but they're fatter, and they're actually kind of beetle. And they're supposed to be harmless and stuff, but I don't care for them. But the guy when he would see him on the street, he'd be stepping on him, and I think that's not right. Animals that are out in the wild, that's where they live. I can understand killing them when they're in your home, But now I want to look on this in the skyline and see if I see any kind of lightning flashing, because I really have a serious lightning phobia. It's a learned thing, and I don't know. I don't even remember if I told the story about that or not here on YouTube. So any off chance that I did, I don't want to repeat myself. But boy, this is such a desolate boardwalk. You see behind me that you can't see people for. Look, it doesn't look like there's anybody. Now you see down this way, and there's some people, but the resolution on this camera isn't really good. Uh, you know what? I think I'm gonna go over. Let's find a bench so we can talk, so I can continue my story. So, if I can even remember where I was going with that. But there is really no point to this except we got to hang out and listen to some Grateful Dead music. And he actually played an album with songs that I knew the words to. Because, I mean, they have a whole lot of music. And I'm not really, I don't know if I call myself a Deadhead. I've been on tour. But that doesn't mean that I can really call myself a Deadhead. My tastes tend to be in much harder music. And some of their stuff is actually too jammy and can even be kind of boring because it goes on and on and on and on and on. But there's certain things that I really like. And the crowd tends to be very nice, peaceful, pleasant people. But yeah, it was really like, matter of fact, this is the very bench. I'll show you the bench. I didn't sit down. I don't tend to sit down. But they have these really nice Adirondack chairs on the boardwalk. Now, but this is the bench. No, this is the bench that we sat on. And I noticed that there were these young people that were sitting on a bench over there. And it was so close to a trash can, but they left all this trash behind. I'm thinking that is so rude and unnecessary. I mean, who brings up their kids that it's okay to just leave, you go to a store and you open up your purchase on the boardwalk and you just leave your trash behind? That's really not cool. And meanwhile, I'm usually the kind of person that I pick up trash and I pick up recycling and I put them in the things. I don't like to see the wind blowing stuff around. Nobody likes to see trash on the beach. But with COVID-19, you're afraid to touch things and get, unless you can wash your hands right away. And since I'm blowing my nose and I have tissues with me, I'm going to have to be touching my face. Oh, you see where I'm wearing my mask? I got tired of the way it looks around my neck and stuff. And, I hope that wasn't stupid. I hope that wasn't too stupid. My, I don't know. It's hard to stay farther than 6 feet away from your friends, but he had one of those fancy respirator masks that you use when you're working with spray paints and stuff. Not that he had it on his face, but he did have it around his neck. And I have this N95 around my neck. And occasionally, if people got a little on the close side, I would put it on. But for the most part, I didn't keep it on, especially when I was dancing, But this was a night out I didn't expect, and I really appreciated the lift because it's not been an easy week for me. I mean, but I feel really weird in saying that because I know a lot of people are having it a lot worse than I am, and I really can't complain compared to what some people are going through at the moment. So, but economic things a lot of people are having. One of my day job money from home companies that I work with, and I'm not going to name them, they've been trying to find every excuse in the book not to pay me for this and that, not to credit me for that. And I'm filling out support tickets like twice a day for the past 2 days, and it's really getting annoying. And they do pay me, but they pay me eventually. It's like they're making me grovel for it, and I'm kind of pissed off about that. And then I had to stop myself tonight, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm getting really upset over a few cents. And really, of all the things there are in life to be upset about, all the really terrible, awful things that are going on nowadays, I'm going to get upset over 50 cents or whatever it is. That's ridiculous. My time is better spent than stressing out like that. I mean, I still want my money, but, And it seems ridiculous to be worried about such trivial amounts, but wages are really down. You know. So yeah, and I am one of those kind of people that I keep track of every cent. I write things down. I always have a pen in my hand, and I keep both computers on all the time. Even though I still haven't done anything about my Chromebook, it's just I need to go back and try to learn how to get my data from that. But there's just so many things I'm doing, from the trivial things like hand laundry and housework and finding things to sell on ThreadUp, and all the different money making stuff that I do with my computers when they're available, and keeping up with social media and trying to keep to my schedule. That's another thing. The pressure is real. I want to make sure that I have 3 new videos for you guys every week, and I want to make sure that I don't post something just to post it. I want to post things that are quality. That's the point. I don't want to waste anybody's time. But my heart has to be in it too, and and I'm really starting to have second thoughts about doing makeup tutorials, because on one hand, if I don't do them for a while, then I know some people really miss them. But then when I do them, there's so many good artists out there. Matter of fact, some of the people who sub me, you guys are very talented people. And I know that there's only so many hours in a day, and people only have so much time to watch things. But, I don't know. And I'd rather not get political if I don't have to, but sometimes I feel no choice. And if it was safe to travel, oh man, I would love to do that. But I'm not convinced that that's really safe yet. And with COVID cases rising in some places, and I know it's a real delicate balance on how to open up the economy and get people back to work and be safe about it. On that note, I still haven't watered my garden. I don't know how many days it's been. I'm going to go over there tomorrow afternoon, because somebody I know is going to be there working on some things. I hope my plants are okay. The weatherman has been lying and saying that we were going to have thunderstorms, and we have not been having any rain at all. And unless it happened during times that I was sleeping, and I tend to go to bed right about sunrise. So, but it really would have been nice if I got some help from Mother Nature. Just so long as nothing starts right here, because it's the flashes that scare me more than the rumble. Even though the flashes can be from more than 10 miles away, but yet if you hear the rumble, you're close enough to be struck. And I do have a phobia about lightning, and that's why if I thought that it was anywhere near me, I would get the hell out of Dodge ASAP. So, this Saturday there's going to be I thought it was going to be a block party, but it's going to be a private party, and I just found out I was invited, and I'm kind of nervous about that, because this is a party, and we're all supposed to be social distancing, and gatherings are supposed to be dangerous, and I don't know how many people were invited. There's supposed to be a band, and there's supposed to be uh, food, and matter of fact, my friend who has offered to be my security if I can ever catch him when he's actually not working. So it's not like I could just call him up and say, hey, I'm about to film a YouTube video on the Ghetto streets. I need you and the gun of your choice to come and hang out with me. It's not like that. You have to respect people's time. He's got more than one boss and all that stuff. But that said, he's going to be at the party, and so I've got my invite, and I'm kind of a little bit nervous about this, because it is going to be a party, and even though he said that there's going to be signs saying to observe the social distancing, and there's going to be signs saying that masks are requested, but they're not going to force people. They're going to have the free will. But you bet I'm going to have my N95. I'm not going to be fucking around. Oh man, my sinus is backed up an hour ago, and when I was home, I took a Sudafed, because I was literally all of a sudden got nasal congestion, and it happened quite suddenly. And I'm sure it was a combination of the damp, salty air, and my friends started smoking Marlboros, and I get a whiff of cigarette smoke. It affects my sinuses badly, even outside. So anyway, I'm sure my sinuses will be fine in an hour or so. But I got this party to go to, and I'm gonna see how that goes. At least since I was invited by him, I'll know at least one person there. And I asked him if political expression was going to be okay. He says you can wear whatever you want, and so I said that's cool. So I know what kind of president shirt I'm going to be wearing. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to tell you guys. All right, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to turn this off because I don't think I really want to walk down the ghetto street with a computer. You know what I mean? So, to be continued. I'm back. Been back for like an hour actually. When I was getting near my home, I couldn't help but notice some gang types that were right underneath my brother's bedroom window. And this guy had one of those speakers that looked like a normal size speaker for a home stereo, and it was strapped to his back like he had a guitar. And I said to him, I said, somebody is sleeping in a bedroom right above where you're standing right there. And he asked me to repeat myself. He's like, stuck on stupid. These people think that at 3 in the morning it's okay to have a stereo underneath where you gotta figure there's bedrooms. I don't know how these people can just be like that. And then about 10 minutes after I got in, there was this real loud conversation between a guy in a car and a man hanging with his head in the guy's window. And I had to open up my window and said, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Your guys' voice is drowning out televisions, the radios, the computers, all the electronics my household has. And it really is inappropriate. And then they yelled some things back to me. And then I decided that I would go and get my telephone so that I could call the police if I had to. But I think the guy figured out that maybe I was about to get on the phone, so they left. And we've got a grouchy cat. You see my Cassie? Oh, will you fucking knock it off? Why are you doing it like this? She's unreal. I want to get back here. Let's see my Cassie girl. Let's see my grouchy girl. Come here. Oh, well, fuck you too. So, yeah, the lighting looks so much better back here, doesn't it? I looked over the footage that you just saw, and I realized just how low resolution it is. I do have a clip-on webcam, and I would imagine since my hair is so faded now, it probably won't look as blue as it did at first. I only used that webcam twice because of how it made my hair look. And the thing is, if I put it on and I'm carrying it around when I walk around, because it's a clip-on kind, I'm afraid that it's going to possibly slip off the top of my computer if as I move around when I'm walking and stuff. I never did order my lavalier mic yet. I've kind of decided to hold off on making that wish order I was thinking of because I really just as soon save up my money. And the lavalier mic, okay, that is something I can use. But I really don't know that there's anything else that I really need to be spending my money on right now. And with all the uncertainties that are going on. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. Since right now it's 3:43 a.m. and I'm supposed to do some things tomorrow, I'm sure I'm not going to be able to get to the beauty supply tomorrow. And I don't know that I'm going to do it the following day. And the day after that, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's not going to happen at all. I'm just saying it might not happen this week. even though it would be nice to have freshly dyed hair for that party. But I mean, come on. I cannot imagine that I need to look like the belle of the ball for that shindig. You know, it's not like we're going to Beverly Hills or something. We're still in Atlantic City, and but no, hey, yeah, it'll either do me good or I'll get the virus. You know, one of the two. So with that note, I don't know that I'm going to add any more to this. I think I'm going to leave this as a standalone video. I hope you enjoyed getting to see some more of the boardwalk. It's funny how it was so beautiful out there, and then it got almost a little bit chilly. And then as soon as I go back into my little hellhole, I'm sweating. Of course, the fan is blowing away from me. But yeah, now I would like to go back out there, but there's all those dirt bags out there, and that would not be a good idea. So on that note, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content, please do subscribe. Hit the bell so it looks like it's ringing, and that way you won't miss anything. And I will love to show you around on my adventures, and I will talk to you later. So have a good day now.